having a clap talk with Mr. Abraham, who's from Mexico. But do you know what clap talk is all about? No. So in clap talk, actually we have a traveler from say countries around the world, okay, and they tell us about their culture, yeah, and then we can ask questions to them. So like it's like exchanging cultural ideas, and we understand how people stay around the world, what is the festivals they celebrate, and what is the food they like, and things like that. Okay, so and even you can get an experience out of it, what it is all about, because you might have studied in geography, right? We studied that this city is here and this country is here, but we haven't actually seen them, or until and unless we have been there with our parents on a vacation, isn't it? So till then we haven't done anything. Is that clear? So now I tell Mr. Abraham to talk about.
Thank you very much. Well, so don't worry, you'll get to know more about Mexico because not everyone knows about it. Okay, so I am Abraham. My name is Abraham Briseno Moreno. I am 25 years old and I'm Mexican. Why Abraham? Well, my mom was living in the United States when she decided to have a baby. She admired Abraham Lincoln, so that's the reason why I'm called Abraham, because of Abraham Lincoln. Then, like, she got to know, like, she didn't know anything about, like, the Bible and, like, Father Abraham and all this. And then she got to know about it, and she started reading the Bible. And then my brother is called Jacob, and my sister is called Sarah, because of the Bible. But I am called Abraham because of Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. Cool. So why am I in India? I left Mexico 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, something like that. I left and I lived in Tanzania, in Kenya, in Uganda, in Rwanda. I've traveled the world through the things I do through my work. And last year, around April last year, I decided that my time in Rwanda was like ending. So I decided to keep traveling and keep like working in different countries. And India got into my list of opportunities. To be honest, it was the last one. I did not want to come to India, but it was not because of the country, but because of the experience I wanted. And I wanted to live in a country that was more developed. Because as you don't know anything about Mexico, I didn't know much about India. I just knew about like India because of this movie, The Billionaire or something like that. The movie that was released like a few years ago. And it shows a really bad image about the country, like really poor, like in a lot of poverty and a lot of like lack of infrastructure. So I was like, I do not want to live in a country like that. But then the job that was like they offered me here, it was really interesting, and well, like that's why I got here through these two organizations. I work in TCS, in Tata Consultancy Services, in literally the building that is somewhere in front of the school, and I came here through ISEC. ISEC is an international organization that like facilitates exchanges within companies and like universities. And this is one part of my team in Pune. So that's why I'm here in India. I'm here in India because of the job that was offered to me, because I wanted to keep traveling and like getting to know more cultures, and because in the end, I love the country. Like I got here and it's completely different from what I was expecting. Even when I told my mom like, oh, I'm moving to India, my mom was like, Abraham, please do not. Like people are dying there. And yeah, like I was living in Africa, and even like coming to India was a shock for my family. They were like, no, like it's worse than Africa, like do not go there. But now, like I'm like through my photos and my videos and like them getting to know like where I live, I think they are really comfortable with me being here, and I'm having a really good time here. So what do you know about my country? Yeah, I got to know that you know not much about it. You were talking about Halloween. It's the Day of the Dead. So we celebrate 2 days in a year, the death. For us, death is not a sad thing. For us, death is a thing that we celebrate. So November 1st and 2nd, we celebrate it. and we throw parties to the people in our families and our beloved people that are dead or that passed away. We make altars and we offer food to them. We go to the cemetery with like bands and like all this party mood. Yeah, and that's how we celebrate them. Well, what are like the stereotypes of Mexico? What I usually ask people, oh, what do you know about Mexico? And the things that they tell me is Speedy Gonzales. This is a really old cartoon, and probably you don't know. Tequila or mezcal. That it's the typical, like the national alcohol in Mexico. And mezcal has a worm inside, and you eat it. Yeah, you finish the alcohol and then you eat it. Tacos. That is it, like traditional food in Mexico. These cactus, that's why I brought this t-shirt. The cactus with the man with the big hat. And beaches and pyramids. Because Mexico is part of the Caribbean as well. So we have beautiful beaches and we have a lot of pyramids as well. So that's what people usually know. So what is the meaning of our flag? Any idea? Can you see what this is?
A hawk.
A what?
Hawk.
It's an eagle, a Mexican eagle. A royal eagle, it's called. So the eagle is eating a snake. And it's standing on a cactus. So why is that? So the green represents the prosperity of the country. The white represents peace. Mexico is one of the most peaceful countries. We do not get in war against anyone else. We cannot even help the UN in peacekeeping missions because our military is just to defend the national territory. So we just get into war whenever someone tries to get into our country. Yeah. And the red is represents the blood of our national heroes. But what is this emblem here in the middle? So this is a Mexican eagle that is eating a snake, that is on a cactus. And it has water here that represents a lake. So the people that founded Mexico, they were living somewhere around here in the north. And they were nomads, yeah? You know, people that are, they don't settle somewhere. They got a call from their god, that was Quetzalcoatl, that was a snake, that god. And the god told them, you need to walk till you find this, a lake, that in the center of the lake there will be a snake on a cactus, given an eagle on a cactus in a snake. So they walked and walked and walked for years, and suddenly one day they found a lake with this in the center. That is Mexico City. And that's where they started developing this civilization. Yeah? That's where the Aztecs started. So that's our flag. And like 2 years ago, it was voted the most beautiful flag in the world. This is our the emblem of my state. So as you can see, is the national emblem. This represents a sun eclipse that happened. That was when they decided to found the city. This is our founder, Santiago. The official name of the city, of the state, is Santiago de Querétaro. So this is the founder. And these are grapes, because our state is one of the largest producers of wine in Mexico. So this is like to represent that part of it. So do you have questions still now? No? Are you liking it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my house and family. I don't have a lot of photos of my house. I was looking for photos of my house and I got freaked out because I don't have photos of my house. I was actually asking, like, is it normal for people to have photos of their house? But well, apparently not all my friends have. So you cannot see, this is my little dog. It's a Chihuahua, so it's like this big. He's like 10 years old. He's like really old. He's going to die soon, and I'm very happy for that. But he is called Brownie because I always wanted a Chihuahua. A Chihuahua is like a traditional Mexican dog. So I always wanted one. My mom always hated them because they are small and they are like all nervous and like they go peeing around everywhere. So my mom didn't want to have a Chihuahua. but I like push her and push her and push her. So one day we were walking on the street, and in our pet shop, we saw the little small chihuahua, and I was like, look at it, super small, super cute, and it's brown. So I decided to call it brownie because it was like this big, literally, when we bought it. This is inside my house. You can see that we have a chimney. People say and think that in Mexico is super hot and like we're dying of heat and like we have all this cool weather throughout the year. In my city, we usually during winter we are around -5, -10 degrees. So people need to keep warm. So we have a chimney that we use during winter. As you can see, these are friends that were in a gathering in my flat. And this is my family: my mom, my sister, my brother, and in a trip we had to Orlando. My mom is called Patricia. My sister, as I said, is called Sarah. My brother Jacob, and my parents are divorced, so my dad is my English. Tacos. The thing that I showed here, that's my favorite. Yeah, Mexico is considered to be the top 10 countries to travel around the world. And each year there's 50 cities that you should visit during that year. The number one is Mexico City, from that list. Sport, football. Yeah, I don't play football, but that's the national sport. Culture in Mexico, it wasn't that strong. We don't have a lot of Indians in Mexico, so we don't have Bollywood movies. I was shocked when I got to know that there's an industry called Bollywood, and it's a singing thing because I love musicals, so I was really impressed with that. So the things we know about India, it's a dirty country full of poor people that die daily because they don't have food. That's what we know about India. Then, 10 years ago, Tata Consultancy Services got to Mexico, especially to my city. So with that, thousands of Indians got into the city, and we started experiencing the real Indian culture. We didn't even have an Indian restaurant in my city, but when TCS got into the city, they started opening Indian restaurants and stuff. And now, the image about Mexico, the image about India in Mexico is changing a lot, because actually our president was here, and your prime minister is soon to go to Mexico to strengthen the relationship between both countries. So I think now it's improving because more people are getting to know more about India through the Indians that are living in Mexico. I try to speak Portuguese. I fail sometimes. I'm in this online course thing, and I'm learning how to say I'm a bird, so it's a bit useless. I studied French, and I studied in French. I do not speak French because I was not interested in that. It was just part of my subjects, yeah.